Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and I'm back with another chess video. This time I'm going to discuss a very interesting endgame which happened in the Superbet Rapid and Blitz tournament which recently concluded in Warsaw in Poland. And it was between Vishwanathan Anand of India and Fabiano Caruana of America. Anand, the five-time world champion, he won the blitz in the rapid section quite easily with the round to spare. It was a great performance by Anand, and I congratulate him. I was very happy for him. After coming back from a break of 1 year, he was able to um, play some wonderful chess. But in Blitz, he couldn't perform that well, and he finished second. Otherwise, he could have finished first in the entire event. Anyway, so let's coming back to this game. Um, this is a very interesting end game, and Anand was calling the shots most of the game, and it was in a Petrov defense. And here, I think Anand was winning actually, and Anand missed a win. And you know, when you look at this position, it is very easy to conclude that this is a draw because both sides has got uh, one pawn each and one rook each, and this is basically a drawn position. That's what you think. It is an optical illusion because because of the position of the black king, and look at the black pawn. It has to travel 3-4 squares to reach the queening square, and if the rook can go and give check from behind, it will be very difficult for black king to support the pawn and make a new queen so that the rook can be sacrificed. So here white is about to queen and black has to give his rook for this pawn. So eventually he'll be a rook down temporarily, but the problem with this position is that the white king only has to travel 1, 2, 3, 4 squares to reach and to catch this pawn, and the rook can actually go behind. The problem is that if you queen now, the king has to travel 5 squares. That is the problem. Anand queened, and after rook takes, king takes, it ended in a draw actually. But let's see what is the winning plan here. Winning plan is rook to h5. Good move. I think it's an outstanding move. The idea is to take the black rook when he captures the pawn with your rook, so that you control the back rank and keep check. So king to a5. We'll look at other variations also. Pawn queens. Rook takes. King b6. King goes this way. King c4. King e4. King c5. Trying to avoid the opposition. Rook b8, b4, king b3, and white catches them. And white wins. Let's look at another variation. Here, same thing. King a5, queens, pawn push. So in the earlier variation, black moved his king to b6. Now he pushed the pawn. Now king moves to f6, king f4, king d4, b3. Now rook comes and prevents the pawn advance. King a3, king d4, b2, and king c3. So black cannot queen the pawn now, because if he plays king to a2, white will simply capture. This is clearly winning for white. Let us look at another variation. Rook h5, a5, queens, takes, king b4, king f6, king c3, rook check, d4, rook attacks the pawn, c4, king can go to e5 also. So king f5. So white is trying to create an opposition so that when he gives a check with the rook, black has to move to this square, and then king will come and the pawn will fall. King c3, king e3, pawn push, check, king to b2, and king c4, and king d3, king to a1, rook b8, king b4. Here, if pawn to b2, king goes to c2, and white wins. For example, b2 here is something better than queening, and rook makes moves. So that is not a good move. So king goes back. A waiting move is played. King a3, king c3, b2, checkmate. So let us look at the last variation. The same thing. h5, e4, queens, a6. Now the problem is that this entire rank is cut off by the rook, so king cannot advance. So white's strategy is to make sure that king is imprisoned in this area, and white would catch this pawn when he pushes eventually. So king to b6, king f6, c6. So king f6, king c6, king e6, b3. Now the pawn falls. Nothing can be done here because king cannot support. Black king cannot support this pawn. To rook b3, and white wins. So this is a very interesting endgame which happened in a game between Anand and Caruana. Anand missed it because of time scramble. It was a blitz game. We cannot blame Anand for it, missing such a tactic, but it was worth considering and worth learning also. Might occur in some of your games. So you have to calculate the number of squares your opponent needs to win if you are in such a situation, and use the strategy which I explained in this video, the 4 chapters which I explained, to prevent black from winning or capture the pawn so that you can win the eventual rook endgame. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please do subscribe and like this video and share it with your friends so that they can also learn. Next time, bye bye.